What is up, guys, and welcome back to B.A.M.F Metal Fabricator. I'm Tubal Cain, and today I'm super excited for today's episode actually, because we're going to be building something really awesome. It's a handheld planishing hammer, but more of like a pneumatic slapper spoon style. Now, I've been seeing these floating around the internet and they're really cool, and I figured, hey, we're fabricators here, let's just build one. So let's jump right into it. Okay, let's talk about what we're going to need. First thing we're going to need is a nailer, a palm nailer. This is the Banks from Harbor Freight. I think this will work pretty good. We also need a piece of tubing that fits over this nailer right there, nice and snug. We want that. We also have a trigger valve. Bought this off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for everything here. This is a rubber bushing, 3/8 hole, 1/2 inch thick, 1 inch wide, 1/4 inch MPT male to male, 5/16 countersunk bolt and nut, 16 gauge piece of sheet metal, and something to make your slapper spoon out of. This is a bumper bracket off of that International over there. We're not using the bumper anymore, so I'll use the slapper portion. I'll make it out of that. Let's start by taking this thing apart here. So pull that out. You got this slider. You got this, you got a little spring, and this is the part that's going to be our hammer. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over and stick it in there like that, and then we're going to put this back together. Okay, now we got our little hammer sticking out the bottom of it, and when this gets pressed, that activates this whole thing. So we want to try to get that slapper spoon up against this as much as we can, so it's pretty much always engaged as long as we hit our trigger mechanism. So let's take this part. Quarter inch MPT. Trigger valve on. Okay. All right, we got a problem already. So we're not pushing this button down. So we're gonna have to bend this handle over so that we can activate this button here. All right, I think that'll work. All right, let's do a quick test on this just to see what happens here. All right, that seems to work. We might need to use our little valve here. So let's put that on and see what happens. Okay, I don't have any Teflon on this, so it's kind of just leaking everywhere. But let's see. So this is max. Damn. All right, let's turn that down. Let's go like quarter turn. It's still pretty violent. Let's go a little more. Okay, it don't work if you go too much. Go. All right. I think that'll work though. All right, let's start trying to build our hammer. Now that we know that all this works together, let's start trying to build our slapper. Next, we're going to want to cut this basically to that size there. Looks like it's about 1/2 inch. We cut this down to 1/2 inch. Right, that keeps our hammer exposed a little bit and enough room for our 16 gauge steel to go on right on this side, nice and flush. Now we're going to drill some holes and tap the holes so that we have set screws to grab onto this piece right here. So now I think as far as the slapper goes, I think I wanted like 7 inches. And I'm going to utilize this hole. And let me show you why. So this fits in there, and see how this has like it allows that to rotate in there? I think we're going to want to utilize that. So I'm going to make this 7 inches by 2 inches wide. So let me go ahead and cut that out, and then we'll start messing with the top layer, which will be this 16 gauge. Here's the piece we just cut out. I countersunk this hole a little bit so that this bolt could fit inside, and this bolt's going to rotate back and forth in here when we're hammering. So now what we're going to want to do is put this on here. We're going to want to mark it on both sides and make the top piece of our hammer. So let's mark center of this panel, about 5 inches. I'm going to go 2.5 here. Okay, now I'm going to mark center on here, or line up center, I mean. So where our hole is going to be. Mark this side, mark this side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these sides up. I'm going to cut probably about 1/2 inch on each side. That's where I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to fold those up. So let me go ahead and cut all this off real quick, fold that. So I finished bending this upward, and what's going to happen here is we're going to put this bushing. I sanded this bushing at an angle, and the tall side is going to go towards the back of the slapper. This piece is going to go here, which is going to make it sit somewhat like that. Now, what that's going to do is when we get this put on here, being that our slapper's at an angle, it's hopefully going to engage this hammer at all times whenever I push our button. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Let's keep moving along, see if we can get this done. So now what we're going to want to do is drill a hole right here and right here on the back side for our hammer. Then we're going to weld this piece to this, and that's what's going to hold our hammer in place. We're going to drill a 5/16 hole in here so we can put our rubber bushing in and then install our slapper. Got our hole drilled. Now we need to figure out where we want this thing. And I'm thinking somewhere Yeah, somewhere around right there. Now let's go ahead and weld this piece on here. I want a dead center, and I want my bolts to grab on the side here, so say about right there. Okay, I think we're at the point where we could put this together and try it out. So let's put this thing together here. Okay, there's that. Uh-oh. Well, I didn't take that into consideration. Those are a little closer than I wanted them to be, but I got them on there. So let's go ahead and put this together here. Our tall piece is going to go towards the back side. So we want it to teeter-totter towards the front, right? Put our bolt in. Okay. Seems like it's gonna work. All right. Might have to put a brace that goes from here up to here somewhere. All right, it looks like this isn't really touching that hammer on the back side, so let's weld a piece of metal on the back side of this to make sure that it's hitting that hammer spot, and I think we're golden after that. All right, so what I ended up doing is welding another piece of steel onto this plate to hopefully push down that hammer so that it actually actuates. So let's put this back together here. All right, let's give it a shot. Would you look at that? You tighten that up a little more. Yeah, buddy. Let's try it on a piece of metal. All right, I'm super stoked that that thing actually worked like it did. I think this is gonna work pretty well. So let's try it on a piece of metal. I'm gonna put some dings in this. This is that Just that little panel, that test panel we made last time we were shaping metal. So let's little dings in it there. And I'm gonna clamp it. I'm gonna clamp it to this just so I can use both hands with the dolly. All right. Okay, dolly on the back side. Let's see what happens here. Oh, my bolt's getting a little loose. I'm gonna put a lock washer on this real quick so it doesn't back off. The one flaw I'm noticing right away is that it's wanting to come off and slip over to the side, so I might have to make these sides a little taller to keep it on track. But other than that, it seems like it's working pretty well. Let me tighten this a little more. Oh, one more thing. Ear protection, this shit's loud. Another flaw. It's getting kind of cockeyed. That's why I needed that extra brace that I was talking about to go from here to here. Another little add-on piece we'll have to do. There you go, check it out. Took them dents right out of there. So, pretty damn cool, man. So, what I'll probably end up doing with this piece is I'll probably end up building another brace right here to hold it steady. Extend these sides a little bit, and I'll polish the shit out of this thing. Once I do that, I think we're in business. But take a look at that. That thing is cool. Right on, guys. Thanks for checking in on this video. Once again, if it's your first time, like and subscribe. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun stuff like this, so stick around. We'll see you in the next video.